Thanks, Andy. 7:03 minus 11 at the airport. Good morning, everyone. Alberta officially now has a new premier.
I, Hancock, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as President of the Council for the province of Alberta.
There you have it. Dave Hancock is now our province's 15th premier. The swearing-in ceremony last night in Government House in Edmonton. Alison Redford, of course, resigning last week amid an open caucus revolt following weeks of controversy over her leadership style and lavish expenses. Dave Hancock is only staying on as premier now until a new leader is chosen by the Alberta Tory party, and that should happen sometime between mid-July and mid-September.
Well, Hancock will just be keeping a sort of a steady hand on the wheel, if you like, just managing things, you know, low-key, first gear sort of leadership. He's not going to try to move the direction of the government any particular way, but he is seen as very competent, as very stable, very steady. He's well respected, no drama. I think we're just going to look forward to an uneventful sort of calming period for the next little while, and then when people start putting their names forward, that's what's going to get the attention, and the party will look for its future in those leaders.
The senior executive within the Alberta PC party will be meeting in Red Deer today. They're going to be setting out the exact details for the upcoming PC leadership race. The party's constitution, by the way, requires a leadership race last at least 4 months long, but no longer than 6 months. In Chicago this morning, an 8-car commuter train derailing at O'Hare International Airport. 32 people on board are hurt after the train failed to stop. This is at an underground station. Take a look closely. As you can see, the train literally climbed over the last stop, jumping up onto the sidewalk and then up an actual set of stairs and escalator. Right now, authorities are trying to piece together what led to this. It's believed the train likely traveling too fast this morning. This derailment happening just before 3 a.m. Chicago time. The injuries to passengers, though, thankfully are not believed to be life-threatening. In Washington, state authorities say they are no longer hearing or seeing any signs of life after Saturday's massive mudslide destroyed at least 30 homes. 8 people are known dead. More than a dozen others still remain unaccounted for. Voices had been heard calling for help on Saturday evening, but the mud was so thick at that point, searchers could not reach anyone. Washington's Governor Jay Inslee is assuring families that every endeavor is being explored to find loved ones.
The devastation, of course, is overwhelming, and I had a sense that we're going to have some hard news here, but I can tell you that there are very vigorous search efforts underway.
The mudslide caused by super saturated ground from heavy rainfall in this area over the past month or so. The mud flow, by the way, is like quicksand, and experts think it's about 15 feet deep in some places here. On the other side of the world, high tension right now. Ukraine announcing that Russian forces have stormed another Ukrainian military base on the Crimean Peninsula today. The G7 is holding an emergency summit to try to figure out exactly what to do about this. Our Prime Minister, Stephen Harper, is expected to use today's emergency G7 meeting to push for kicking Russia out of the larger G8 group. The meeting is being held in the Netherlands. It's going to be held on the sidelines of a nuclear security summit that's happening right now. Russia completing its annexation of Crimea last week, and its forces have seized Ukrainian ships and most military bases in Crimea now. Canada, the United States, and Europe have all condemned this aggression. And that's your news to 7:07.